Alright, this was quite the interesting battle I just had. It's against someone called what? TODODES. 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 Yes, that man. Anyway, here's quite the OU team over there, and then I see Whimsicott. I'm like, fuck, that's gonna be a pain in the arse. I also see Chomp, and I immediately assume Scarf, despite the fact that the last 2, 3 I've seen have been Life Orb SD. So, yeah, but it turns out it was Scarf, so I was right. Hey. It just sort of got a bit weird towards the end, but still, it's good battle. Kind of funky, little bit of prediction, foreplay, and it's good. It was good. It was good. It was nice to wake me up on the day before my mechanics exam, which, I did alright. Anyway, he's lead out with Deoxys D, I lead out with Politoed, and already there is a humongous problem of epically massive proportions. He is going to get entries up, one way or another. There isn't much stopping that. But I can kind of try and stem the flow a bit for the time being. So my game plan was, okay, let's just throw a Toxic on there, and then switch to Gyarados, and then taunt his ugly fucking ass so he can't set up any more entries. Because I don't want that bullshit. He probably does want that bullshit. Yeah, it can just piss off, quite frankly. So, randy dandy as far as I'm concerned. So this Deoxys D is already on a clock, but whatever I do, I can't just keep switching into Gira over and over again to taunt away the Stealth Rocks and Spikes, because it just doesn't work. Mainly because he's gotten Stealth Rocks and Spikes up, and Taunt doesn't do that, but you know what I mean. I can't just keep switching in, taunting him, because, you know, unless I predict each switch into Deoxys D, I'm not going to stop it, and Stealth Rock's only kicking my ass. Anyway, he switches out from Deoxys D and goes in to do a Whimsicott, and I taunt that, and then I think he's going to switch, because all Whimsicot's a utility as fuck, unless you run the awesome, like, Gale variant. There you go. So I just taunt again on the switch, in comes a Jelly, and I'm thinking, hey, let's go to the spiky bollock of Doom. Yeah. Get me some Stealth Rocks for a damn change. So that's what I'm thinking. He's going to go for a Scald. Actually does a relatively substantial amount of damage, but I'll deal. So he's going to switch out, go back into his Deoxys D, and again, this is kind of where I'm figuring, okay, switching into Gira all the time isn't going to be very productive, so bollocks to that. So I'm thinking, alright, if he wants to sit there and set up his entries, and be a bastard, I'm just going to go to Zone, and I am going to, you know, if he wants to make a trade, I'll make a trade. I'll get a free sob and a kill on his Deoxys for his entries. Now, in reality, that wasn't the smartest play, and to be honest, I really need to put a fucking spinner on this team, especially if I'm going to run multi-scale Dragonite, but that's kind of why I have Roost on it, so I can deal with that, and, you know, Gyarados as well gets his ass kicked by entries. But the thing is, I have Roost on Dragonite to stop the Stealth Rocks. Gira has lefties, and to be fair, the only thing that really hits my team really well is Spikes. Like I say, so all I'd really be doing is just rapid spinning away Spikes, and I don't really see that as a productive use of a spinner. I kind of made it so they wouldn't get that affected. Anyway, I'm rambling. So here was Zone, I got a sub. He's going to start Calm Minding, which I was like, eh? Why don't you run Recover and Nightshade there, buddy? Either way, whatever he wants to do. And unless he has Flamethrower, which I don't even think Deoxys gets, I have enough special bulk, and I'm a Magnezone, so the physical bulk is humongous, even if I don't invest in it. Though I knew I'd be pretty cool against a Psyshock or a Psychic, so I just go Thunder, take it out, and now I have a free sub Magnezone. I'm like, yeah! Looking good! So, he's dandy at the moment, pretty dandy, and he's going to go another Chomp, and I'm like, okay, let's Flash Cannon this, and then get the fuck out of there! Ugh. Anyway, he's just going to go EQ, as is the logical thing. And again, I see no item, I see no Life Orb, I see no lefties. I immediately assume Scarf, because that's just kind of what you do here. Now, in my head, he's Scarfed. But because I've seen so many SD sets, I'm kind of wavering on that a bit. So I go to Pharaoh, just in case, you know, maybe he isn't Scarfed, and maybe he'll do something weird. So, yeah, I kind of just sacked Pharaoh, and that was really dumb use. I have 2 really dumb uses of my Pokemon coming up. This is the first one, and then there's another one later, so you'll see. There's always something stupid that I do in my battles. Anyway, he's going to go into a Sizzle as I switch out going into my Dragonite, because there's not much point sacking Pharaoh right there. I'm going to take the same damage with Dragonite whether I come in after Pharaoh dies or if I let save it, so whatever. So Sizzle's here, and I'm thinking, well, it's obviously bulky. Let's just start EQing it. Try and get some damage on that. And he's going to go for an SD. Now, this is a bit dicey, because if he's running Superpower, I literally have nothing to tank this Sizzle. That's about what it boils down to. So, well, I have the Gira, but yeah. Anyway, he's going to go Bullet Punch, and Dragonite lives. I'm like, yeah, you bulky motherfucker. So I EQ it down, and that is perfect kill range for some normal gem extreme speed, I think. So I'll go for that, and I'll take out the Sizzle. I'm like, hey, that's gone a lot better than I expected. I was expecting a dead Dragonite, but, you know, now it's looking cool. Now the Sizzle's dead, but I am going to condemn Dragonite at this point, because Stealth Rock, so he's going to go into Whimsicott. Ah. Okay. Fair enough. Whatever. So here's Whimsicott, he's going to go for a Cotton Guard. Yeah, display never made much sense to me, in the grand scheme of things. Purely on the basis that he could have gone into Chomp, Dragon Clawed, I die, that's it. Dragonite's done. It's the end. I guess I have extreme speed, but still. So I'm just gonna roost, and I'm gonna roost again, and then I effectively have full health Dragonite. And he just has this sheep sitting there. Stop smiling, stupid, cheapy bastard. Still, there you go. So Elite Seed's up and Toxic's up, and it's like, okay, so I roost, I'm effectively, well, I think I'm down to what? 3/4 of my HP when I'd left this Dragonite for dead? That's pretty fucking good in my eyes, so I'm more than happy with that exchange. I don't know what he exchanged, but whatever, well, I don't know what I exchanged in that, because I just got my Dragonite back to full health for free. Toxic is irrelevant. Anyway, he's going to Jelly, and I'm going to go into Pharaoh, literally his death fodder. It wasn't really that. I literally did forget about the spikes and Stealth Rocks when I clicked on it, because I was thinking, oh, hey, Toxic Leech Seed, blah, blah, blah. Pharaoh could sit there forever, but then I was like, oh, wait, he's going to die. But it did work out, because I got to see what he switched into, and now, ho-ho, have I got a Magnezone for you, Jellicent. Ho-ho. So in comes the Magnezone, he saunters his way in, got a decent amount of HP, he can live a scored from there quite easily. And I know he's going to predict the sub, and I know I don't think I'll live in with enough to sub, so he's going to score, get the burn, I thunder, and I just one-shot that motherfucking Jellicent. Boom! Get done, you rotten Pringles, man. God, it's been a long time since I've heard people call him that. The Pringles, man. The Jelly Pringle. Anyway, whatever. He's going to go into Whimsicott again. I really don't understand why he keeps going into Whimsicott now. Especially as I haven't seen his 4th move at this point. So he's going to go Leech Seed and I Flash Cannon. I'm like, dude, what a waste! Come on, man! I mean, if you're that scared of the Dragonite Extreme Speed, then okay, whatever, man. I just don't think it's worth wasting your Whimsicott. Whimsicott is like free Politoed kill right there. Now here's where I make a second dumb play. I'm going to be End-Shell, and I'm thinking, you know what? A U-turn will do just enough that Dragonite Extreme Speed will kill. What I should have done is literally just Hidden Power Riced and forgotten about this blobby bastard, but I didn't. So I go U-turn, and it does nowhere near enough. So he's going to get a Cotton Guard up. And here I go into my Dragonite. Now, I was still fairly confident that I could beat out the Chomp. I mean, if I switch Gira into it and I intimidate it, it's -1. Gira will probably live an Outrage. So at this point, I'm pretty cool. I just don't know what his last is. I've forgotten. But he's going to go Leech Seed, and I Dragon Claw, and what happens here, really, in effect, is that nothing is gained. Yeah, it was a pretty wasteful sequence right there. It was a bit retarded. But he's going to go Cotton Guard again. And what I should have done there is probably tried for the extreme speed. I might have just barely pulled it off. Maybe. With a sliver. But I don't know. So I waste my Dragonite and therefore waste my Extreme Speed, which was, whichever way you square it, a free chump kill. So that was a bit dumb. That was just a misplay on my part. I literally thought me Enshao would just do more with U-turn, but I should have just hidden Power Iced, gone rid of it, and then I would have been Randy Dandy, but I just didn't. So I hidden Power Ice, now, and I take out the sub, and then I'm just going to HP Ice again, kill the fucking Whimsicott after he sets up a Toxic. And then it all goes to shit. Yes, it does. Oh dear. Because he's going to Toxic me and I'm going to kill him, that's fine. But it turns out his last was a Salamence. Like I say, I completely spaced that. And I saw that, and the first thought in my mind was like, does he not have anything else? Is this it? You know? And because I assume the Chomp is scarfed, I immediately assume the Salamence isn't scarfed. That's all I can think of. So in comes this man, so I'm like, hey, Mienshao scarfed, hidden Power Ice. Oh. Shit. It turns out that the Salamence and the Chomp are scarfed. So that saving the Dragonite, it would have been more important than saving Mienshao. Mienshao gets outsped by both. So I go into Gyarados. I literally have one shot here. I need to Stone Edge the Mence with very little attack investment and a non-stab move and kill that. And then Politoed has to mystically live an Outrage from a Garchomp. So I Stone Edge and I kill the Mence and I was like, yeah, Gyarados, you fucking beast! Oh! God, taunt DD Gyara, man. Fucking hell. And yeah, this is it. If I'd have just saved the Dragonite, man, if I'd have just hidden Power Iced with Mienshao, because he had 3 guys weak to it, I was done. That was it. It was over for him. But I didn't, and I farted around with U-turn trying to be funky, thinking, oh, Elite Seed to Mienshao, but no, it didn't work out that way. So yeah, I lose. It was a good game. He seemed a bit non-talkative in the slightest, but that's Smogon in a nutshell. I was like, oh, that's actually well played, well done. You caught me off guard, 2 Scarfers, so well played. So that's a good game to you, sir. TODODES, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.